are you doing? Get up!
GTV, you can trust us.
And now coming out to midfield, your Lincoln East varsity Palm. Lord, what's up? Lloyd.
So, Aaron, how do you feel the Griffins have been playing so far today?
I think they're doing a good job when they get on a roll. There's been some inconsistency in their offense. They've been showing a lot of shotgun naturally with their hybrid quarterback in Fiesel. He's been doing a pretty good job finding running space, but there's been some drives where it's looked like they've not been able to get anything going. But fortunately, the defense has picked it up, and they're have a 7-point lead right now.
Do you feel like there's a specific play that they have really messed up on?
Well, the defense, HF, has been running a lot of spread, split, offset type formations, and early in the game that was kind of confusing the Griffins defense. They weren't sure how to play it, how to attack the read option from Homewood Fossmore and their quarterback Johnson, but I think they've done a lot better job of that in the second quarter, and that's why they've been able to hold them to only 7 points.
And our final question is, what do you think we need to do to keep our score going up?
I think Fiesel's got to keep up the good job improvising when the offensive line breaks down. I think he's got to work his throws a little bit more, maybe shorten up the routes, find the windows in the coverage earlier in his reads. But as long as our defense can stay on top of their game, which they have been this second quarter, I think each is going to be on their way to another victory.
And that's all Griffin News. I'm Tim Smith.
And I'm Aaron.
So how's everything, huh?
Everything's good. Just getting me back home. This is my first game in like 4 years.
Yeah.
Come see. So I was like, yeah, I gotta make it out tonight. So,
And you liked your whole time down there?
it was good. Just and it got hurt.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But I played actually this summer for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I got felt good. But now I'm just want to play, get my last thing out. And I'm
Yeah.
just working.
Where were you playing if you were?
I played for
position.
second.
You were. It doesn't hurt from second.
No, it doesn't bother me for second. But when I played third, like coming over, I got just felt it. Like the time off made it better. Instead of like getting the surgery and all that. So it's all right.
I'm sure it didn't kill it completely,
No,
but
not at all.
as long as you're not.
Sorry.
So what else do you have inspired? Anything? Well, let me know as soon as you can, Benny, if you think there's going to be any chance, around, even in December or so, just so we can make sure you get all your paperwork.
Television, and I'm standing here with Dr. Arvid Johnson, the president of the Lincoln Way School Board. Dr. Johnson, how do you think personally tonight's game is going?
Well, we're leading at the half, so that's always a good way to start. It's been a very exciting game so far, and I think it's going to be a good one all the way through the game. So we're very happy so far.
Great, and how often do you come to the East games?
Generally, we try to hit one game every week, and we try to move around. So we've been to Central, we've been to North. This week it's at East, and we'll probably be at West soon.
Alrighty, and what are some of the hot issues on the board right now?
Well, the board always has two really important objectives. One is student achievement, and we're always concerned about that, and we're looking forward to seeing how our results look as we go into the next year. And our other is fiscal responsibility, and that's a big challenge for us right now, primarily because state funding has been reduced, and in this economy it's tough. But I will tell you that the teachers, the administrators, and the staff through all of our school district are doing a great job to hold expenses down, and we're really happy to work with them.
Alrighty, well thank you so much for joining me tonight, no problem. Again, my name is Brooke Brown here with Griffin Television, and this is Dr. Arvid Johnson.
Brendan King back with Dan Galligan here at Lincoln Way East. We have 12 seconds till the players start to stretch again. As you see on our ground cam, they're taking the field once again. 14-7 is the score after one half here. Griffins ended the first half with a fantastic drive. Tommy Fiesel going 60-plus yards, then Justin Corbett finishing it off with a touchdown. And the Griffins will try to keep it here as Dan Galligan, my partner, is missing in action. I don't know where he's at. He's probably doing his weirdo things. I don't know. I still don't know what's he doing, but I guess I'm all alone. Oh, here he comes up. Here he comes up the stairs, just casually, just waiting, as he doesn't know that we're live right now. As you get a good shot at the players taking stretches before the half starts, Sharini and Brett Fiesel playing catch, getting ready for some kicks. Sharini's got to kick off at first, and as HF will get a chance to receive this one, is they got to put 7 points on the board here. As I'm once again joined by Dan Galligan, who was missing in action. Where were you?
I ran into some old friends. I don't know if you're familiar with the Mulherns from Frankfurt Square.
Well, actually, my cousin's last name is Mulhern.
All right, well,
So
that's an interesting coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Brendan Mulhern, a former linebacker here at Lincoln Way East, part of that state championship team of 05. Just went on to study at Notre Dame. No big deal.
No big deal.
And his father is a great guy, Brian Mulhern. Talked to him for a little bit. So just catching up with people. Saw Dietrich Enns' mother. For those of you who don't know, Dietrich Enns is a former baseball player here at Lincoln Way East, who is now a member of the Yankees organization, is doing great things in their rookie ball league. So just nice to walk around the crowd and see the families that some kids have coached over the years. Pretty cool.
Yeah, well, now that we have some time, I know you recently took a trip to Ireland, so why don't you alert our fans on how that was?
Well, it was great. I went down there for the Notre Dame Navy game, and just for a few days. I mean, obviously, you go to Ireland, you'd like to be able to stay for 10 days or a couple of weeks, but with the school year and everything, I really didn't have that luxury, so just quick little weekend getaway to Ireland for the Notre Dame game. I'm a big fan of Notre Dame.
Yeah.
And able to do some other things while I was there. I've got a lot of family in Ireland, so my mother came with as well. She's still there, actually, but saw my aunts, saw my uncles, saw my cousins, got to play a round of golf, got to go to a Irish sporting event the day after the Notre Dame game. It was the All-Ireland semifinals for Gaelic football, Dublin versus Mayo. Croke Park, 90,000 people.
Wow.
Pretty great experience.
Yeah. I understand that the flight that you flew with, they recognized you from the broadcast, so they let you fly first class.
Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah.
was up there with some businessmen and VIPs, but they said GTV flies free. That's our motto.
Perfect.
So what are we thinking here for the second half?
Well, I expect HF to come out immediately. They're going to use their run with Tajay Smith and also their quarterback Ronald Johnson. They're gonna mix the pass and run. However, the run has been really effective against our defense tonight. However, when Johnson does get into trouble, Langendorfer can get back there and take a sack.
Well, I would agree with that, and the biggest thing for me is just what I saw at the end of the first half, and that is keep the ball in Tommy Fiesel's hand, let the defense adjust to him, and that will open up the running game for other players and the passing game as well. So we had commented that HF has new uniforms. Would it make for a new and dynamic, exciting HF team? I don't know if exciting and dynamic is how I would describe the first half, at least their performance, but pretty good. It was a very well, evenly played game up until the last 2 minutes when Lincoln Way was able to have that real quick 3-play scoring drive. So that's the difference right now, 14-7.
Well, it wasn't a dynamic half for. Really, it turned out to be pretty evenly matched, and who knows if that can change here. Anything can happen here. Is they could have a nice kick return just like both teams did to start the game, then things cooled down a little bit.
Well, you mentioned that things can change, and we've seen it. We saw the turnover in the first half that gave HF field position on the Griffin 40. Ultimately, they weren't able to capitalize, but one play, a fumble, an interception, a pick six, and this is a new game.
Sharini's kick is a line drive and out of Rowe's hands for a touchback. It went right through his hands.
Well, it's always interesting to see how teams make adjustments at halftime. So obviously, Coach Zavonar, as a defensive-minded coach, he's going to talk to his team about some of the things he's seen. They will make adjustments, and certainly HF will try to figure out a way to stop Tom Fiesel.
Well, we both know that stopping Tommy Fiesel is not an easy task, so they really got to work for that.
Well, sometimes you just have to decide, we're going to take this player away, and this player is not going to beat us. And what that does is it frees up some other players to make big plays, and maybe they beat you. But sometimes the defense will just decide, all right, we are going to stop this player, and whatever happens after that and beyond that, we can live with.
Johnson to Rowe. Doesn't look like there's a gain on that play.
Right at the 20-yard line, no gain on the play. Group of Griffins on the tackle by Kressel.
So the first play of the second half is complete pass, but no gain. So Griffin's defense doing a nice job there as they'll regroup again. HF coming out, one wide receiver to Johnson's right and two to his left. Smith right behind him in the bullet. Johnson will fake to Smith. Pass intended for Sheehan. As penalties come in and Lincoln Way coaches don't look happy.
Well, it was an incomplete pass, and it looks to be a roughing the passer penalty, which should be an automatic first down. If not for that penalty, HF would be looking at 3rd and 10, and the Griffins would be getting the ball back, presumably, with a big drive, big stop here on this first drive of the second half.
A major penalty here called on Mike Stakowicz. Blow to the head penalty. 15 yards.
Well, that's certainly something that all levels of football are more aware of and watching for, is the blows to the head. With the fear of concussions and doctors learning more about what that does to the brain, That is a major concern at all
Johnson
levels
drops
of high
back,
school,
passes
college,
out. No.
and NFL football.
Going back to the other side to Smith. Then the coverage, I believe, is Murphy.
A cannon from Johnson there, as that one could have caused some
He aired it
harm.
out all right.
Yeah.
Probably aired it out a little bit too much.
And you mentioned concussions and how we're learning more. We talk about concussions a lot here, and it's not something to look over. It's very major in all sports, no matter baseball, hockey, football, any sport.
Some of the sports that you would least expect are actually the most prevalent in terms of head injuries.
Yeah.
Sports like soccer, because of all of the heading of the soccer ball that goes on, even cheerleading because of all the tumbling and the flips and whatnot.
Johnson fakes a keeper, will result in a gain just short of a first down.
And now that penalty is looming a little bit larger as HF looks to maintain this drive.
A mark of 2 yards shy. 43-yard line, 2nd and 2.
Third and 2 for HF. Johnson will go under center here, one of the rare times he'll do that. He'll send 3 in motion, trips to the left side. A pitch to left side, no surprise there to Smith. Smith will take it on the sideline, finally pushed out at the 44.
Here's a monster. Now there's number 7, Jared Lucas. Pick up a first down in the Griffin territory at the 46-yard line.
Johnson, shotgun, he'll pump fake. That one is deep, dives, and out of the reach of the wide receiver there, can't get his number.
Each time HF has gone long, the play has been there. The pass has always just been just a little too far.
That was a nice pump fake there by Johnson. Definitely fooled the D-line there.
Well, he's got to just get a little bit more air under the ball and let his wide receiver run underneath it. He's throwing it out there on a line, and each play has been a situation where it was just out of reach or the ball needed to be dove for. Even if it was caught, you know, you're not able to advance it any further than that.
All these deep passes that Johnson is going for, two defenders on each one, and it could be intercepted. Sean Doherty leading the team with 2 interceptions, Adam O'Grady with 1. And Doherty, the cornerback I was talking about earlier, as my partner keeps on playing with his iPad.
Yeah, I'm trying to snap a few photos here for the old GTV website. You know, it's not enough that I come out here and do the play-by-play or the color, but I've got to maintain the website. I got to post pictures. I'm really a jack of all trades, Brendan.
You are, and this guy does everything. He's a sponsor of the group. He comes up here, he watches over, he gets to watch the game, and afterwards we, of course, might play a little floor hockey after basketball games, and that one's out of the hands of Smith.
Well, and I see now where I'm receiving a barrage of tweets. People are saying, "You go, Mr. Galligan. Mr. Galligan, you're underappreciated." Thank you, Jack in Frankfurt. I appreciate that. Sharon Mokina says Brendan doesn't know how good he has it. I tend to agree with Sharon.
Well, I definitely have it good. I'll agree with Sharon. I've been blessed to be in here with you.
Phil from New Lenox wants to know what Brendan's plans are for next year.
For next year, actually, I did get some good news yesterday. I got accepted to Loras College. I got my first acceptance letter from a college, and we're applying to about 7 or so. And thank you too for Dan for writing a letter of recommendation for me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
Loras really liked it, and so will the other schools.
All right, well, it's always good to get that first one out of the way. At least you know you can go somewhere.
Definitely.
At the 34-yard line.
But next year for you, I mean, you're gonna have
I haven't been accepted anywhere for next year.
No, I'm talking about tryouts for to be your new partner.
Oh God, I don't want want to think about it
It's
because it'll probably end up being, like a sophomore that I have to break in, and it'll be a couple of years before he really hits his stride, but we'll worry about that when the time comes.
Are you going to, like, pull names out of a hat, or are you going to do I don't know.
Auditions.
Yeah, auditions.
Auditions, absolutely. We'll see what sort of demand there is for your position. It could be somebody who's already in the club, somebody that has just been biding their time, waiting for an opportunity.
Uh-huh.
There's a couple people like that I could see being good at it.
Yeah. Clock ticks at 9:15 to go, 2nd and 10. As HF, as the game has gone on, they've taken a long time out of the huddle. Burning clock here. As Johnson is in the bullet. Here comes the blitz. Kyle Langendorfer is in.
Johnson is sacked. Tag teaming O'Grady and Langendorfer.
Give that to O'Grady and Langendorfer with another sack.
Well, if you've got those two guys coming at you, you're going to have a hard time eluding them. We talked about Langendorfer as a great wrestler and a state champ. Once you're in his grips, very little chance that he's going to let you go.
Now, coming into today's game, O'Grady and Langendorfer both had 3 sacks, make it 3.5. Johnson in the shotgun. He'll hand it off to Smith. Smith in the backfield, running for position as Smith will be brought down.
Pretty good run there. But all that does is bring up a 4th down. Got a lot of that yardage back, but still going to be 4th and long.
Scott Kressel in there on the tackle. Fourth down.
The Vikings are going to go for it.
Vikings are going for it on 4th and long. A wide receiver pitch goes to number 11, Vashawn Nutt, and he'll make it halfway there before brought down, and the Griffins offense will go back to work.
Well, ultimately, you're not giving up that much field position because if you punt the ball, there's a good chance it's going to go into the end zone, in which case it gets brought back out to the 20. With that 4th down play, they were able to get to the 30, so they're sacrificing potentially about 10 yards there. But they also had the possibility of much more had they converted.
Mitch Murphy gets his 20th tackle of the year. Now leading the team in tackles, him and Adam O'Grady, topping the charts. Here's Fiesel alone in the backfield. 2 wide receivers on each side. He's got Duffin in motion as Fiesel will keep it. Fiesel up the middle, gets to the 1st down. I think he got it.
The last 3 times he's carried the ball have been gains of 20, 36, 12. I'm sensing a pattern here, a pattern of success.
I think Tommy's in his comfort zone here.
Shannon.
Fiesel now with Colangelo in the backfield. Looking for a blitz. There's none coming here as this one is sky to Winkler. No, just out of Winkler. 2 flags.
Pass incomplete intended for Winkler, number 17. On the coverage is number 4, Wesley Stewart.
2 flags came out, and from the HF side, I heard it. Are you kidding me?
Against the Vikings.
Pass interference against
First down.
HF, and that's why the coach said, "Are you kidding me?" Definitely did not agree with that one, but we will take the 15 yards.
Well, that was a great pass from Tom for a couple of reasons. Number 1, it was high enough that Winkler was able to run underneath it. And number 2, it was in a position where if Winkler doesn't catch it, nobody does.
It's definitely kind of different to say Winkler's a wide receiver now. I'm so used to Winkler being in the pocket, and it's something to get used to. New Winkler at a wide receiver.
Yeah, we're used to the inverse.
Yeah.
Colangelo inside.
Colangelo up the middle gets a gain of about 4, the fullback.
tackle made by number 25, Howell.
Austin Winkler was on the sideline. He'll deliver the play to Fiesel. Fiesel now delivering it to the rest. Griffins will get lined up. Colangelo to the right. Duffin and Winkler to the left. And looks like Corbett and another wide receiver. Colangelo switches position. It's little movement. And there goes Nick Colangelo. A big gain now.
And that had to happen because Tommy Fiesel has been so successful running the ball that it's just natural that on that little read option play that they're going to key on Fiesel. So that allowed Colangelo to break through.
Plus, Nick Colangelo has been brought down in the backfield a lot tonight, so that's nice to see they can pick up a big gain. Here's Fiesel in shotgun. He's got Corbin and Colangelo right next to him. Fiesel will fake to Colangelo. Fiesel now juking. Fiesel's in the end zone. Touchdown, Griffins.
And right now he just can't be stopped. Okay, so his last 4 runs, 20, 36, 12, 16, and a touchdown.
Fiesel's second of the night. That one took 5 plays, combined 70 yards. The whole offense is pumped up, and still look over the coach's box. No smiles yet. Won't see a smile till they win the game.
No, but that is a big score right there. Because with the way we've been playing, with the way that we've run the ball, we can control the clock. So it's very difficult to come back on a team like us.
Shirini is in for the kick. Kick is up, and it's good. 21-7. 5 minutes, 38 seconds left in the third. Shirini will stay right on the field for the kickoff. Super fans have done a lot of running tonight. HF taking a little while to come on the field again, talking things over. Now they're down by 2 touchdowns.
Another advantage of building that lead is that the offense of their team is sort of forced to become more predictable as they have to pass more. It's something we can key on, and we can really let it rip with our pass rush.
Hey, folks, what are you doing? On your feet! It's kickoff time!
Paul Babcock getting everybody on their feet. As usual on kickoffs.
Make some noise!
He's had to do this a lot tonight. Here's the kickoff from Shirini. That one's more up in the air than the last couple have been, and HF will get a chance to return this one. Right up the middle, and a huge gain of speed there for a couple seconds, but brought down.
Brought down by Cosby,
Brought down by Marcus Cosby.
as well as number 7, Lekas. Turn man was Gooch.
Again, the Griffins defense first on the field, ready to go. HF really taking their time. High fives all around on the sidelines for Tommy Fiesel. As Johnson in the shotgun, he'll fake off to Smith. Johnson will juke, tackled by the legs by Mitch Murphy.
Short gain on the play.
Pretty nice open field tackle there by Murphy. Otherwise, that could have been a big gain.
Griffin's tackling has been very precise tonight. They're not missing a ton of them, which is a very good sign on the defense, as Murphy, Langendorfer, and O'Grady really spot on with the tackles. Johnson will make a complete pass, go for about a couple of yards. That's complete to Aaron Gooch.
Richard Holder there. Line on the stop. Russell.
Another beautiful night in Frankfurt. We've been pretty lucky over the past couple games, and also last year as well. We haven't had rain a lot.
It's unbelievable, regardless of how the weather is during the day, although today was a nice day, but there have been days where it was like, ugh,
Yeah.
I don't know about tonight, and it always ends up just being what we have tonight, which is a beautiful evening.
I can't remember it pouring rain. I think it was maybe my sophomore year, and it was really pouring, and they were still playing. And a nice tackle from Jarrett Leakus.
Fourth down and 3 for the Vikings.
Well, 4th and 3 is a manageable distance if you want to go for it, but on your own half of the field, generally you punt.
Comes the punting number 83, James Sheehan. Punt Corbett number 2 is deep for the Griffins. Long snapper number 19, Thomas Dalbrook.
And a flag before the play even starts from the ref across from Justin Corbett. As it looks like HF is going to go back on offense. Illegal substitution on the Griffins.
Automatic.
Well, if that's the case, that will make for a first down. A couple of times where the Griffins were getting ready to get the ball back, and HF was able to draw penalties and get the first down. So out trots the HF offense again, and they get a second chance at this drive.
Yeah, another 1st and 10 for Johnson, who really hasn't done a lot on 1st and 2nd down. Most of his first downs have been on when he was on 3rd. That's when he really can get some good runs as he sends a wide receiver in motion. He'll off the handshake, intercepted by the Griffins.
They would have been better off punting.
I think the ball was deflected twice and ended up in the hands of Mo. That one was a nice interception, and you know what? Forget the punt. We intercepted it on 1st and 10.
Yeah, as I said, they would have been better off punting. They're wishing they didn't get that penalty.
So add a name to the Griffin interception list. Sean Doherty with 2, Adam O'Grady with 1, and now Mo Marcery. This is his 1st of the season. Tommy getting a play, running out. Wide receivers are already lined up. All he has to do is hike the ball. Sends Kevin Duffin in motion. Flag on the field. Fiesel air it out towards Justin Corbett. He's in the end zone, but let's see what the penalty is. Illegal shift on the Griffins, so that touchdown will not count. Still 21-7, as it was a great pass by Fiesel, one of his best. So first an illegal substitution, then an illegal shift.
First and 15 for the Griffins.
That's only a 5-yard penalty. So 1st and 15, 3:21 left in the 3rd, 21-7, ball on the 44. Scoring started off with Tommy Fiesel running it into the end zone. Then Justin Corbett got a touchdown. Tommy Fiesel again to make it 21. Looking to add on here. Fiesel in the shotgun. Hikes it and looking for Corbett. Deflected by number 5, Thaddeus Little.
Away by 5, a for Corbett.
So that one almost intercepted by Little and it would have gone right the other way. Second and 15 now. Fiesel has not thrown an interception yet this year. Fiesel has thrown for 201 yards on 26 attempts. Is that fumbled? We'll go
bad
Viking
snap,
way.
which Tommy Fiesel did his best to corral, unable to do so. Though not only was it a bad snap, but it was an absolute jailbreak in terms of the pass rush. So really no chance for him to even get his hands on the ball.
Another bad break for the Griffins as HF has had a lot of breaks, but they haven't capitalized on them yet. Let's see if they could capitalize on this one, but the Griffins defense has been pretty solid. After a couple skirmishes in the first quarter, they've really calmed down here through the third. Johnson drops back. Here comes Adam Hold. Hold can't get in time. Tackle by Doherty. Nice tackle.
Near the first down marker. Good enough for a Viking first down to the 40-yard line. Over a 10-yard gain in the Griffin territory.
Doherty has 8 tackles on the year. Couple interceptions. Johnson back in the shotgun. Griffins. A little bit of movement on the D-line as hands off to Smith. Smith gets a nice block and he'll go halfway to the first down marker.
Take a pick up side. Giving 6, 7, 4.
Second and 4 for HF. Clock is ticking at 2:10. Johnson sends a wide receiver in motion. Hands it up the middle for Smith. Smith with a couple jukes. Tackled by 3 men. I don't think he got the first down. Third down.
Mitch Murphy is there on the stop.
Mitch Murphy with another tackle.
Number 98 is there as well, Stewart.
A touchdown here would go a long way to boosting HF's confidence going into the fourth quarter. And obviously, with it being just a one-possession game at that point, if they should score, they would have reason to be confident.
Direct snap to Smith. He goes down the sideline, and Smith is in for a touchdown.
Tommy Fiesel-esque. That's a great run right there. And this game is far from over.
Yeah.
And that Tommy Fiesel touchdown a few minutes ago looms even larger now.
50 yards.
21-13, and the Vikings will come on for the extra point, trying to make it only a touchdown works game. As we immediately got an email after the touchdowns from Jack and Mokina. He's asking you, what do the Griffins do? What do the Griffins have to do to slow down HF now, trying to prevent another touchdown?
I think the SIW, self-inflicted wounds, are what's really killing the Griffins. They had that drive stopped. If you recall, it was a penalty, a procedure penalty on 4th down that gave HF a fresh set of downs in the ball back, and obviously they were able to take advantage. So limit the mistakes, do what we do, and I think we'll be okay.
Thanks, Jack, for writing. Keep on emailing, Facebooking, tweeting, MySpacing. And the Griffins will get a chance to have a kick return here, trying to work with some Marcus Cosby and Moa Marshery will go deep as Coach Lokank talking to him right before, and Lokank did not look happy when he was calling his players over. He really wants a good kick return out of this, and fans getting on their feet to support their team. They really need it here. Could use another touchdown. Another touchdown would be great, or else HF could come across and score. That would make it a very interesting game, and I haven't seen yet this season how the Griffins could come back from this kind of pressure. Cosby will return from the 20. Cosby will get a juke and will be tackled around the 35, 16-yard return.
Great job of sifting through traffic there to turn that into a nice return. Give us pretty good field position here to start this drive. I think in some ways the coaches got to enjoy this because so often over the last couple of years our games have not been close.
Well, we were saying all of last year, all the games we broadcasted, that if we played a very worthy opponent in the playoffs, we could have trouble because we were shutting out teams left and right. Then we got to Wheaton Warrenville South, and we were shut out by them, 7-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's great to go through your schedule and blow teams out and have these big scores, but at the same time, you almost need that experience in close games, and it doesn't hurt to occasionally be down and have to come back and play from behind. I mean, that's a skill you have to learn.
Also good for Tommy Fiesel's development here, how to come back from pressure, as here's some pressure here. He'll be brought down. HF is getting some momentum. The rush defense Tommy told me about this morning is starting to show.
Well, with about 10 seconds left, that appears to be the last play of the third quarter, so we're going to flip the field here. These teams are going to have a chance to talk to their coaches. And we're going to shoot it down to the sideline for another interview with Brooke Braun.